Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Back in the house.
All right, after all that static or what have you, then the gremlins, it was the Halloween ghosts and stuff all up in there.
The spirits. I don't know what I've done in my past, but the ghost of technical craziness is haunting us. But don't worry, we got a super soldier with Ryan on the team, so we're gonna get it all sorted out. What's up, everybody? You're here with Conversations with a Pitbull Live. I'm Danny Mason,
and I would be Foster Quarter, and this is our first celebration of National Pitbull Awareness Day.
Yeah,
absolutely. Round the country and around the world.
Yep.
We want to salute everybody that's having a function today, having any kind of an event, and talk to you guys about it. But since it is Halloween, now, you know, Rita asked us, hey, Foster, get a pumpkin and put it in there. And I told Danny I thought about, you know, getting some masks and stuff. But we have an in-studio guest that kept with the theme.
That's right. Antonio the Italian Greyhound and his mom, Angelica. Yeah.
Better known in the night as Bat Dog.
Okay. What's up, Angelica? How you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're doing great. Look at that.
We're great. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. Now I feel bad. But I had bought masks and stuff for Danny and I.
I thought you still had it on. I'll be here till Tuesday.
That's right. Hey, and congratulations last week. You and Courtney held up the
man
so much. Thank you so much.
She's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's the daughter.
I love having teachers around. My dad was a teacher. Angelica's a teacher, preschool teacher, and you know, your daughter is a teacher. And it's just good to have people that are into educating other people, which is coincidentally what we're trying to do with this show, just educate through entertainment. So
that's right.
We don't have any formal training or nothing, you know.
Exactly. So, keeping with the spirit of Halloween, I did want to talk about some scary stuff real quick. So I got a little rant and we'll be all right. So for me, this is scary. It's scary that the news media is still bashing these dogs in 2013 and nothing has changed with them. I mean, it's scary that there'll be probably 200 dog bites in the Los Angeles area today, and the only thing we'll hear about is one pit bull bite on the 6 o'clock news, probably Channel 7. And it's scary that in 2013-14, people are still overbreeding these dogs so bad. It's really ridiculous. It's scary that people love this show. It's scary that egos are keeping change and unity from happening in the pit bull community, and not just in the pit bull community, but in the dog community overall.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'll get into that later, but it's scary, people, and it's scary that we have to have a National Pit Bull Awareness Day. You know, it's scary that 1 million people will watch a guy kick a cat across the room or off the porch, but I'll be glad if we get 1,000 viewers. Okay, it's scary that the politicians in the entire nation and the police don't enforce the laws that are on the books to stop some of the overbreeding and the animal abuse and all these things. It's scary that the adoption rates are so low in 2013. It's scary that spade and neutering aren't common. It's scary that spade and neutering aren't free. It's scary that 4.5 million dog bites will happen this year, and nobody is moving towards a change for that, affecting that, because that's a health thing, and I think the nation should be addressing it. It's scary that in 2013, puppy mills are still allowed. That's scary. It's scary that animal abuse is not taken more seriously. It's scary that people will listen to this and will not send emails to their friends to tell them to watch our show. Okay? It's scary that despite everything I just said, Danny and I will be right here to do our part every week.
Sounds good.
So
and we can't do what we do without you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. The response to the show has been so great. Just international support. We have some wonderful guests that come into the studio and help us out. We've got some wonderful people behind the scenes. The show is just going on and moving along well because of you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
And that hound dog, I want to see, can we get that? Because can that dog find keys?
Oh man, we're gonna. You mean the dog Glory that we had in last week?
Yeah, you can find dogs.
That was amazing, man. Amazing search dog. Those bloodhounds, man. They're awesome. Landa brought the dog in. And that was pretty cool.
That's a big dog too. Huh?
So look, every week we try to before we really get started and start having our fun. You know, this is our scary Halloween type show. We like to spend a little bit of time and send some thoughts and prayers out to people that have lost dogs or dogs that have passed away that are kind of special. All dogs are special in our book, but there's a couple dogs that passed away this week that we wanted to talk about. The first dog is this dog named Boogie. Boogie is they call him like the marathon dog. He's out in Evansville or whatever. Boogie escaped from his yard and wound up getting into a marathon. There was a marathon going on in his area, and he wound up running the second half of the marathon in under 2 hours. And he was sticking with some of the runners. He think he beat like half of the runners in the race or whatever. He like they gave him a medal and everything or whatever. And Boogie was an 8-year-old Labrador and wound up passing away about 2 weeks after he completed this half marathon. And so we just wanted to send a shout out to Boogie. Boogie's a wonderful dog, and some of the runners that were running in the race were talking about how inspirational Boogie was to run with. Some of the people that they started the race with didn't finish, but then this dog came in and ran the race with them. Wow. And, just gave, just that capacity to be able to give you that energy,
But Boogie, wait a minute. Boogie, I'm going to pop my Pitbull energy drink.
Yeah, let's do
it. This is Boogie. Keep running with the big ones.
So shout out to Boogie. The second dog that passed away that we wanted to talk about was Giant George. Giant George is the world's largest dog. He's about 5 feet tall. He's a Great Dane. Guinness Book of World Records holder or whatever, and
he died.
Yeah, man, he was 8 years old, and he passed away. And I always thought that
he owed me money too.
Great Danes are. I have a scar on my head from when I was a little kid, and a Great Dane bit me in the head or whatever. But I've never lost my love and affinity for them. Just a gentle giant for sure, but Giant George passed away, so we want to send a shout out to his parents and all the people in the Guinness Book of World Records that are holding it down. I'm sure there'll be somebody that's been waiting in the wings, Giant George, to take your spot. So I know your guys' spirit is out there, but we just wanted to send some love out to those guys. And then a quick little shout out to our friends of the show, like, Rosie passed away and stuff like that. And I know that's a really good friend of Antonio's, the Italian Greyhound over here. So
I had that on my scary list, and I just took it off.
If you go to Antonio's Facebook page, there's a wonderful, cute picture of him and Rosie. So
really?
You guys should go check that out.
I was hanging
out.
But
we'll be right back. We're going to pay some bills real quick, and then we'll be back with more Conversation with a Pitbull Live. Thanks, guys.
Hi.
You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pitbull Energy Drink. Available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
Dogs are about as smart as a 2 or 3 year old child. This means they can understand about 150 to 200 words, including signals and hand movements with the same meaning as words. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any other.
Back into Antonio.
Hey guys, we're back. Conversations with a Pitbull Live, and as we mentioned before, our wonderful in-studio guest is Angelica with her Italian Greyhound, Antonio. What's up, guys?
Hey there. We're glad
That's
to be
a good
here.
looking dog.
Man, that's a great looking dog. What can you tell us a little bit about the dog? Like what's up with Antonio?
Well, Antonio's going to be 6 in December. He comes from a breeder in New Mexico, About Times Italian Greyhounds. He's lived with me since he was 10 months old. We formed a bond that some people wouldn't believe. I do believe he's in tune with my health. I have a lot of health issues, and a lot of times he knows I'm sick even before I am, even before I know. Yeah. So he does things that kind of let me know that I'm gonna,
before
your
symptoms
before I get sick.
Good. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm used to seeing like greyhounds. I think normally like we see like bigger greyhounds, like the kind that you see racing, and sometimes you'll see them in movies and stuff. Like Antonio seems a little bit smaller than your average greyhound. Has somebody sprinkled some dust on him, or what's up with that?
Actually, he got caught in a towel and thrown in the dryer. Kind of shut down.
And I've had some shirts like that happen too.
Actually, he's an Italian Greyhound. What most people are used to are the standard Greyhounds, the ones that people do race, and we say boo to Greyhound racing. Right. There's actually the 3 different sizes. There's the standard Greyhound, which are the larger ones. Then there's the Whippets, which are a little bit smaller. And then there's these guys, the little Italian Greyhounds.
All right, so like for example, like the racing dogs, like besides I guess like any like cruelty that goes on, like what's the matter with racing, like racing a dog?
What's right with racing a dog? There's just the behind the scenes stuff is so
it's kind of like the circus or something, how they just like you don't get to see what actually happens with these dogs behind the scenes.
And Danny, and even worse than that, it's after the dogs have finished racing.
And they're not valuable anymore.
Oh,
huh?
my God, man. It's criminal, the stuff that they do to them, the way that they treat them, they put them out to pasture. One, overbreeding, everything from abandonment to, it's almost like as bad as the Michael Vick thing.
So it's the same, it's like similar to like dog fighting or like,
it's ridiculous.
Like circus animals and stuff like that.
And again, everybody knows I'm not an expert, okay? I'm just a filmmaker with a filmmaker buddy, and we're just trying to share some love and spread some knowledge.
Well, I'm always just trying to get educated, you know what I mean? Because like I remember one of my favorite shows used to be Miami Vice, and like in that opening they had that wonderful like shot of like oh, I mean the Testarossa was no joke too. I can't sleep on that. And Tubbs had a nice natural. Like I like how he kept his little afro moist, but they had this cool shot in the beginning, kind of like showing that lifestyle of Miami with these beautiful greyhound dogs like running, and that's something that just gets implanted in your mind when you're young.
Like, oh, that's fun.
And you don't think anything of it. You just think it's like, oh man, that's a great picture of Miami. But it's kind of interesting to get that put on your mind.
In order to educate us and people, we're going to do a whole show on greyhounds and the racing and all of that. And so Rita, handle it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's so many things that people do to dogs for our own like human gratification and entertainment, including dog fighting, which is I don't see how anybody gets any pleasure out of that. But like, you see, but I mean, where does the line end? You know what I mean? When you see these dogs that like run and they do like they do jumping contests.
Look at this. Okay.
Oh man, chef. Chef
He's
Antonio.
a French chef. Too.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Italian
chef.
Don't get it twisted.
Italian Greyhound, Italian chef.
If he was French, he'd be shaking like a soldier. Like, but hey, maybe we can get some information from our buddy Fred. He's an expert. Like maybe he knows something about these.
Dial him up.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
Kray
let me see if the force works real quick. I wish to summon an expert who can tell us something about dogs. Fred, will your spirit please come through?
I'm here.
Hey, look at that,
Holy
dude.
moly.
Wow. I'm telling you, you guys want to be able to get some of those powers?
You almost
Pitbull energy drink.
You almost as
What's
good
up,
as
Fred? How you doing, buddy?
Well, I can tell you that I have a greyhound from the racetrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's a very strange experience because when they come to your house, They don't know anything about a house. They don't know steps. They don't know glass. And Foster's right that the bad thing about greyhound racing is what happens after the dogs no longer make money. They basically either euthanize them or they put them out to rescue, which is where we got our dog.
Oh, really?
But they basically are in their cage at the place where they're kept or on the track. They have a very small, narrow life when they're racers. They're, so even when they're making money, they have a very, race or crate.
Man,
so
it's almost like a puppy mill type of existence.
There's a big movement in the United States to ban greyhound racing because truly it's not popular like it used to be. And basically what's happened is that that in the place where they race, attendance has been dropping so they can hardly make a profit. And what they've done in Miami is to keep that up is they now allow gambling in some of the places. So what a lot of people are trying to do is say, look, you can have gambling, but let's get rid of the greyhound racing.
Yeah.
And if you want more information about that, I think the site is www.greyhound2k.com, something like that. But there's a lot of information out there. Our dog that we rescued refused to race. And we brought it home. We thought, well, maybe it doesn't like racing. And then we took it out to race by itself on a course for lure coursing, and it loved it.
Wow.
Just didn't want to do it when they wanted her to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it was just something that came to my mind, so thanks for sharing that information with us. What do you got, buddy? What's on your mind?
Well, there's a lot of interesting things out there this week. Of course, today is National Pit Bull Awareness Day.
Yes, it is.
It was created by Jody Priest from Bless the Bullies. And if you want to see all the events across the United States, you can go to www.pitbullawarenessday.org and scroll down, and you'll see that there are events all across the country for Pit Bull Awareness Day. There was a pretty good feel-good story about a lady who rescued a pit bull up on the Arizona mountaintop. She was up there hiking and saw it and picked it up, rescued it, and took it back down the hill for an hour. And now they're fostering it and hoping to adopt it. And they found out it had been shot, and now it's being, it's healing up, and hopefully it'll be ready to go home to the people that found it.
What type of things go on National Pit Bull Awareness Day? Like what's the in your mind? What's the meaning, or what is the main message that people that are in this community and people outside of it should be really paying attention to?
Well, I go back to what I think everybody who knows what they're talking about in the pit bull community is when you go to these events, you want to stress that you want public safety for everyone against all dangerous dogs, not just pit bull. Mm-hmm. And that is the way that you intersect breed discriminatory legislation with people who aren't pit bull lovers, because they want safety too.
Right.
And the point is that, all dogs can be dangerous, no matter what breed they are. And we should be safe from all dogs. And we should also be able to go to these events and show our solidarity and network and get to meet like-minded people and share this message amongst each other so that we have one voice about what we want.
That's right. Hey, Fred, how are you, sir? Hey, well,
I got to say that your mask last week was awesome.
Man, wasn't he beautiful?
Hey, man,
I most beautiful Foster that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? That was some of my best work, Hey, so keeping in the theme of Halloween, man, what's scary to Fred Kray? Give me scary from you.
Scary to me is dogsbite.org.
Dogsbite.org. That's right.
Yeah, they're the people that are really against or for breed discriminatory legislation, and they will report any fact, I've seen them report a dog bite that wasn't even a pit bull in the newspaper. It was originally printed as a pit bull bite, and then later they said no, it was a Presa Canario or Canario.
Yeah.
And they then, with the evidence that the guy who owned this dog had pit bull friends on his Facebook page, they argued that the pit bull lobby had pressured the ASPCA to change the breed.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
It's
all
crazy.
right. Well, that's scary.
That's what's scary to me. And what's scary to me is they're cited in, newspaper articles and a lot of other media as the authority
Right.
on the pro-BSL breed discriminatory legislation movement. And it's just cherry-picked data. It's a woman who had got bitten by a pit bull 7 years ago and has made a lot more of that issue than it really deserves, because I actually did an article on my website about what really happened by finding the animal control records. And when you read that and you read her description, they're not the same. So that's scary.
To a commercial.
All right. Well, Fred, we're a little bit up against it. Tell us real quick where people can tune into your radio show, the Pit Bulletin Legal News.
You can go to www.pblnn.com. That'll give you a link to our latest show. This week on Tuesday night, we're going to have Shadow the Victory Dog. We're going to have Yvette Van Veen, who's a trainer, Deidre Franklin from Pin Up for Pit Bulls, and our regular crew of guys.
I like
talking
her.
about the latest news.
I like her. Tell her to call me, Fred.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, are you coming to L.A. anytime soon, or are you going to make me and Danny come to Miami and do a show from down there?
No, I'm coming there, man. I want to come and hang out with you, Foster. We're brothers from another mother.
There you go. And when you come, bring Deidre with you, because we haven't ever met or talked, but just that whole concept of pin up for pit bull, or whether it's pin up for
She's
whatever
awesome.
it is. It's like,
and
that cuts
I'll tell
through
you
the
what,
male
she has
DNA,
a
I
master's
think.
degree.
Huh?
She has a master's degree.
And she's smart, too.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And you know what her master's degree was in? What she did her thesis on was breed discriminatory legislation.
Wow.
You're kidding.
That's cool.
Oh,
How can
yeah,
you beat that?
I'll be tuning in. I've been listening to your archive shows, as everyone should. All right, take care, buddy.
All right, so that was our
right,
buddy
man.
Fred.
Good
That
show.
was our buddy Fred Kray from Pit Bulletin Legal News. He always chimes in and lets us know a little bit about what's going on in the dog community.
Pitbull.
How about a pit bull?
Pitbull really works.
Pitbull. Release the dog in you. Pitbull energy drink. Sugar-free. Now in 3 new flavors. Cranberry pink grapefruit, pomegranate blueberry, and cherry lime. Pitbull. Tasty experience. When you need a pickup, it's time for a Pitbull. Pitbull.
Hello? Is anybody out there?
Hey, sorry about that, guys. Man, they were telling us in the chat room, they said, man, the ghost of technical difficulties has really got an issue today. But it's National Pitbull Awareness Day, so they can't face us. Thank you, guys. We're back. You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live. This is a unique show where we're trying to educate people through entertainment, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in our chat room that's working their fingers on those keyboards.
Cheryl.
What's up, Rita, Cheryl? You guys in there are awesome. I know Paula's in there. Thank you guys so much, man. Nita, hey guys.
Did Cheryl's never Skyped in? We had her on the phone.
Yeah, we've been.
So what's up with that?
We're saving the ammunition, maybe for like a Christmas show or something.
There you go.
We'll deliver the real gifts to you guys. But anyway, we're back, and we're still in studio with our good friend Angelica and Antonio, the Italian Greyhound. Man, these outfits are crazy, man.
Hey,
And Antonio's aren't
look at
that bad either. I was
Look at
talking
that.
about Foster. Like you see what this brother.
hey, we're the dream team. Da-da-da.
Hey, we're gonna go pay some bills real quick, and we'll be right back with more Conversation with a Pitbull Live. You guys stay tuned.
You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pitbull Energy Drink. Available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
Dogs are about as smart as a 2 or 3 year old child. This means they can understand about 150 to 200 words, including signals and hand movements with the same meaning as words. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others.
You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live. Each week we also have people Skype in from all over the world. Up next, we've got our friends Katherine and Christine. They're with an organization called Cancer Bites, so they're gonna Skype in with us momentarily. If you guys are out there listening, Katherine and Christine, go ahead and Skype in with us, and we'll get to you soon. So, Angelica, what's the deal with these outfits? Like, is this like a normal thing you were telling me? You were telling me earlier off camera.
This is kind of a typical thing for us.
Angry bird. Angry bird.
Just one day, I pulled off an outfit off of one of my little Build-A-Bear outfits, and he got all excited. We were actually taking a special picture for a friend, and a friend whose son was sick, so I put on a little superhero mask and a little superhero cape, and he took some pictures, and lots of people just fell in love and like, oh my gosh, this is great. So actually found some felt. I had quite the collection of felt being a teacher and doing crafts and stuff. So I just was bored one day and just started cutting stuff out, and it seemed to be a hit on his Facebook page. And every week someone was asking for something different. So we do Angry Birds. We've been doing some little football helmets lately.
Oh yeah.
Just our goal kind of is just to make people smile.
Well, you were telling us earlier that like sometimes people have issues with people dressing their animals up and stuff. Like everybody's got an opinion about something. But you were saying like Antonio is actually like really into the outfits, like his personality, like even if you've got a little outfit somewhere, even for your preschool kids, like he'll come over and
right. He gets excited if he sees me bringing something home. He automatically thinks it's for him. Right. Like I was telling Danny one day, I had these little flower headbands that I had gotten for my kids for a little photo shoot, little performance at my school, and I was talking and holding one of the flower headbands, and he runs over, he sticks his head into that flower headband, and it's like, okay, Mom, I'm ready to take a picture now. Right. So he hears my camera bag snap, and he's ready to pose. He's ready to go.
Man, that's too much. That's hilarious. Hey, well, as promised, we've got our first Skype guest tuning in with us. We've got our friends from the Cancer Bites organization, and they do something really special. They help people. Well, they help raise money to help people offset some of the expenses that are incurred when dogs get a diagnosis of cancer. So,
are these people from Chicago?
Let's see.
From Chicago? Let's put on some headphones.
Hey, Katherine, Christine, are you guys there?
Hello? Oh,
are your guys' mics on?
I'm not.
Hold on. We're gonna get this sorted out. Hold on. Let me see if your guys' mics are on.
We hear you guys, but we don't hear them.
All right, we're gonna come back to you guys. We've got your picture, but we don't have your mic, so just sit tight.
Get your mics right.
So look.
Okay.
It's National Pit Bull Awareness Day, and I wanted to know what you guys are up to. Like, what type of events are you guys participating in? So if you're in the chat room, go ahead and let us know what you guys are doing today. I mean, hopefully everybody's doing something active, so maybe something different than what they do on a normal basis to help out with these situations with animals and pit bulls. Ryan, you know what? Do you have that video one? We're gonna play a video while we get Katherine and Christine's microphone situation straight, and as soon as we get that figured out, we're gonna have them because they got some awesome information. I love to see, and I think they're doing some really impressive work.
That's right. We'll be over here playing the piano. Waiter, 2 martinis, please.
Oh man, this dog is killing me over here.
Hi, welcome to Chicago. I'm Leah. And I'm Emmy. And today is National Puppy Awareness Day!
We're in Chicago today with
Carrie Myers and the Puppy Mill Project.
Leah, Emmy.
and a cast of thousands. All right, so we are here today to join Kray on the walk, and this is the Puppy Mill Project. Tell us a little bit.
Well, the Puppy Mill Project is an organization that was founded 3 years ago to raise awareness and educate the consumers about where the pet store puppies and the internet puppies really come from and the animal cruelty that goes on in the puppy mills.
All right, so we're gonna walk, we're gonna educate, we're gonna raise some awareness and shake Chicago up a little bit. All right now, stay with us.
We're thrilled to be here again. I want to say thank you to all of you, every single one of you, for coming out today. But I want you to know that we continue to work together on trying to create this awareness campaign to let people know that there are definitely better alternatives than going to pet stores, falling in love with a little dog just by a look, and not knowing the story behind it, and perhaps the worst part, the cruelty behind how that dog got there or that puppy got there. So we want that to stop. I want to introduce Kray Myers, who has been the mastermind behind this gathering, Puppy Mill Awareness March, and the fight in Chicago.
Thank you so much for coming out on this glorious day. And I would love to have this day be our call to action. Talk to your senators, talk to your reps, talk to all your legislators. Say we don't want the pet stores here. We don't want the puppy mills here. We have puppy mills in Illinois. We're fighting some of them right now. It works, and all of you have to know it really does work when you go out there and people see you and people ask questions. So thank you so much for coming.
Hey everybody, we're getting ready to walk. We're getting ready to start the walk. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
We got a couple of guys behind us. We're going to save some dogs. National Puppy Mill Awareness Day, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago. Enjoy.
Come on, everybody, let's go. Let's go. Some people don't even know what puppy mills are. Let's go ask some people what puppy mills really are.
A puppy mill is usually we say large scale, but it can also be small scale, as we're finding out. It's a breeding facility which breeds dogs purely for profit. There is no concern about the health, mental, physical, emotional health of these dogs. It's purely for profit. They live in overcrowded conditions. They're in cages their whole life. And the only time really that they get out of the cage is for breeding purposes. When they're finished with these dogs, they're destroyed. And some lucky ones get rescued. But basically the breeders will destroy them because they don't want to spend any kind of time or money on them.
So, Emmy, what do you think about puppy mills? Well, they treat the dogs horribly. It's disgraceful. They grab them by the neck and throw them back in. They don't give them food. They don't ever change out the cages. And, well, it's really horrible. They don't even let them out. Yeah, I think that's pretty mean. Let's go talk to some other people and see what they think.
We're both very active members in the Puppy Mill Project. We believe in this cause, and we are here to educate the public about this cruel and inhumane industry, that it's thriving in our country, and we want to do something about it. So people need to know where the puppies in the pet shops and that are sold online come from, and they need to know they're coming from puppy mills and that there are other alternatives and ways to get your puppies and dogs.
I'm Kathy Maloney from Foster to Home.
I'm Maureen Vitas with Foster to Home.
Well, I'm with A Rescue, and I see the effects of puppy mills. I have 2 puppy mill dogs myself, and I wish I knew where their moms and dads were, what kind of life they had.
So, Emmy, based on what all those people have told us about the puppy mills, what advice would you have to give someone that wanted to buy a dog from a pet store? Well, the dogs from the pet stores are from the mills, and the dogs from the shelter need our love and caring. So I'd rather have a dog from the shelter than get one from the pet store. I agree with you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here we are in the middle of the Puppy Mill Project on National Puppy Mill Awareness Day. In the middle of the march down Michigan Avenue in Chicago. We're here supporting the project. No more puppy mills. Don't buy a dog in a pet store. Rescue a dog, whatever kind of dog it is. So, why'd you come out today? Really? Well, that's interesting. But, so what do you think? Really, did you hear that? Don't buy a dog in a pet store. Really? You weren't from a breeder, correct? That's it. See, you got it right here from one of the best dogs in the party. I almost wore the same thing today, too. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Puppy mills have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills have got to go.
We're out here in Chicago, a National Puppy Mill Awareness Day. As you can see, they've got hundreds, if not thousands, of people marching to try to shed some light on these issues with these pet stores and these puppy mills. We've met so many wonderful, amazing people while we've been out here. As you can see, these issues are real, and we've got to sometimes put our feet to the pavement to get it out there so everybody recognizes that they can do something. Get in contact with your local city officials, get involved. Even if it's just picking up a sign and walking, every little bit helps. So we're going to go talk to some more people later on. You guys come on with us. It's National Puppy Mill Awareness Day.
Some pet stores and internet sites mislead you. Let's go find out some misconceptions about puppies and puppy mills.
But why can't I buy a dog at a pet store on the internet? For all the reasons we already mentioned, they're not going to be healthy, and you are indirectly feeding into animal cruelty. That money that you pay to buy that dog, another dog will take its place in a week. A van will come in and dump more puppies in that pet store that are coming from cruel and inhumane places. And it's hard to connect the dots from that adorable puppy in the pet store to a puppy mill. But we ask people, do your homework. Google it. Google puppy mills and see what comes up. Go on our website and see what the real truth is.
Wow, that's a lot of information to take in. Let's go play detective. Let's find out how puppy mills and pet stores are connected.
We are always approaching the pet stores to try and follow a humane model. And that's what we don't want to put them out of business. We would like to have them switch over to that model. We've gotten locally 3 stores to go humane that no longer sell animals. They only do rescues, and that's really, really big.
Get your dog from a rescue. Don't go to a pet shop. And let's shut down these puppy mills and Craigslist and the rest of it. Thank you so much.
This is Carrie Myers with the Puppy Mill Project in Chicago, and I ask all of you to please not buy a dog at a pet store, not buy a dog on the internet. Do your homework, learn the truth, and please, it's a call to action. Do something about it.
Here we are. It's after the event. It was a wonderful day here with Carrie. So how do you feel? How was it?
I feel great. I'm exhilarated. The universe brought us a gorgeous day, showed off our city. Lots and lots of people came out. Lots of new people who haven't joined us before. I think it was a great day.
Well, you know, Danny and I brought this son from California.
I believe you did. Don't take it back with you.
We jumped on the plane and said, hey, you going with us.
That's good.
So, I mean, I saw people from other rescue groups here. Right. You know, that was exciting, you know. Their days are numbered, baby.
You bet.
That's right. All right, guys. So thank you again. This is Foster and Danny, and, you know, stay with us.
Thank you for joining us at National Puppy Mill Awareness Day. Go out there and save some dogs. Goodbye.
Hey, don't forget, hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, puppy mills.
The Cancer Bites organization, and they do something really special. They help people. Well, they help raise money to help people offset some of the expenses that are incurred when dogs get a diagnosis of cancer with some of these issues.
Well, Christine is the creative end of this thing. And last Saturday night, we had a night of lights, and we invited people to buy luminaries and to celebrate their past pets' lives. So we had closed the street down in front of my store and just basically lit up the night with luminaries. And then we had a great projectionist, and he had a video of the Rainbow Bridge. So there was not a dry eye on the street, but we did raise some money. Tonight we have the Masquerade Ball, which we are going to have dinner, drinking, DJ, and it's going to be costumes, so it'll be lots of fun.
Oh, wow.
Drinking. I like the drinking.
We got to get Antonio on a plane over here, this Greyhound. You see his outfits?
Drinking for two. I don't know that our bar has the Pitbull energy drink, though.
Hey, well.
Hey, it makes a great mixer, I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, you tried that, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Oh, vodka. I got it. Hey, okay.
No, that's
Is that
so.
an LA thing? 'Cause I haven't seen it out here.
No, man, it's that's what we're working on. We're trying to help them get a little bit more of a reach with not only everybody, but they, it's such a wonderful company. I mean, they're actually in tune with
And I've been trying. I thought this week we would have somebody from the company come on and meet our audience and tell you guys, because me and Danny be doing the hard sell all the time. But that's coming up. I would probably.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you guys. Well, maybe Foster can talk a little bit about it. But the treatment that dogs have to go through when they are diagnosed with cancer, is it at all similar to what humans go through? Like I'm not even familiar.
It is similar. It is similar. The chemo, however, they don't lose hair when they go through chemo. But radiation is very similar. But there's also alternatives. I mean, there's holistic doctors that can treat with Chinese herbs, and a lot of it has to do with diet. Our dogs are fed. Most times they pick up food that they think is good for the dog, and it's not. There's lots of chemical additives or dyes that are in food that are cancer causing. So if we can get dogs on a better diet, and that's really one of my missions, is to educate people about nutrition for their animals, makes a big difference.
Did you hear, like, yesterday, I think it was, a bill passed that had been there for 3 years now, about the FDA and what they can put in dog foods and the ingredients and stuff that just happened. Fred Kray may bring us up. I'll do some research and have it for next week. But tell me this: what do you feed your dogs? And not that we're doing a plug, because we don't have a dog food sponsor, so we're not saying
that's okay.
We're not saying go out and buy this product unless they become a sponsor of our show. Then we'll support it. But go ahead and tell us anyway.
Well, when Georgia was diagnosed with cancer, I was shopping at Whole Foods and buying her good quality meat and vegetables and making her own food. But my dogs eat a raw food diet.
Okay.
And I know that Christine feeds a high quality kibble.
I use a high quality kibble with mine because they just didn't get into the raw, even though I know raw is healthier, but you also put supplements into your kibble to make it healthier as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to say both of you guys can mention those products, but I'm telling our fans, our thousands and thousands of fans worldwide, especially in Brazil and Saudi Arabia, and you guys where our second largest audiences are, besides the United States. What's the name of those brands? But don't go buy anything until you see us sponsored by them. Go ahead.
I feed Northwest Naturals and Bravo and Raw Bistro are the three that I feed, but I do alternate because changing your dog's food actually makes for the healthier system. So I'm always trying to change proteins and brands.
Right.
And for the kibbles, I've used From and I use Pure Vita. I have just introduced some Blue Buffalo after much research. Even though it's a brand name, it's actually a very high quality food.
You're right about that Blue Buffalo, and they should be our sponsor.
Hey guys, tell us.
West of the Wild doesn't have
I'll work on that for you.
Hey, tell us where people can go to not only support what you guys do on a daily basis, but maybe to get those last minute tickets for the fundraiser.
Our site is it's actually http Cancer Bites Canine Cancer Fund .
They are sick, and they say the doctors, and they watch us, the whole ward or the whole floor. They bring us up, and they all get around and watch it and play it back 2 or 3 times during the week.
Hey, I'm about to shave next time, dude.
Thank you so much. Shaving, I don't love y'all that much. But no, honest to God, we're just doing our best for change, and if we can bring,
if it reaches anybody, we're so happy. So
much less somebody that, because I was in the hospital for 2 years myself when I had cancer. You know what I mean? So I get it. I really understand. So when they write me and Facebook and stuff, man, they don't know.
Like we said, the show is what it is because of you guys. But right now, we're gonna tune in with our good friend Paula Archer. Paula, are you there?
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Paula, how you doing?
Great.
Honey, where you been?
I've been right here.
Yeah, where you been?
Oh, okay.
Hey, we're Paula's our resident adoption specialist. She's with Paws Pit Parade. Each week she comes on and helps us try to get some of these dogs adopted. Hey, Steve, give us a second. We're gonna hit you back. We are getting your Skype incoming, so as soon as we're done with Paula, we're gonna come to you. So just sit tight, and we'll be right back with you. Paula, tell us about what dogs we have up for adoption. Who needs our help right now?
Okay, first up today, we have Stark County Shelter, and the pound is full. The large cages at Stark are full. The dogs will die without help. They're out of room. They have cages in the garage to temporarily hold some of the ones that they've had come in. They really need some help. So if you're in that area and you work with rescues or you want to adopt, get a hold of them, see what you can do to help them out. Foster, you know, if you know somebody that's looking for a pet to adopt, get a hold of them, and you can contact Urgent Ohio Dogs via Facebook. Up next we have Arizona Shelter. This beautiful white and tan pit bull terrier girl was due out on 10/7, so she's past her due out date. The shelter staff thinks she's about a year old. The shelter is full and others need your help also, so you can contact the shelter directly at Pinal County Animal Control. That's Casa Grande, Arizona. Their phone number is 520-509-3555. And this next little girl that we have up, her name is Blossom. Blossom is a female. She's 3 years old. She's approximately 45 pounds. Pit bull mix, very sweet. Blossom is in a foster home. She's not at a shelter. And you can email and get more information on her. And to get that email address, get a hold of me on Facebook, Paula Archer, or contact me through Paws Pit Parade because it's kind of a long email address. Now we have Sebastian. Sebastian is a male pit bull. Looks like he's between 1 to 2 years old, and he would love for you to take him home today. Sebastian and more loving pets can be found at Clayton County Animal Control, and that's in Jonesboro, Georgia. Their number is 520-509-3555. And last today, we have Pepsi. Pepsi is an adorable, lovable 8-month-old spayed female, gray and white. She's a pit bull mix, and she came to the shelter as a stray on September the 20th. She is in Baldwin Park Shelter, and they are open 7 days a week, which I'm glad to hear, for adoptions. You can go see them, and they are located at Baldwin Park, California. Their phone number is 626-430-2378. And that's all I have for this week, but I urge everybody to go out and foster and adopt. Don't buy from breeders and backyard puppy mills.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you so much, Paula. If anybody wants more information on these dogs or some more dogs, or you have dogs that you'd like to get featured on the show, contact Paula at Paws Pit Parade on Facebook, and we'll tune in next week with you, Paula. Thank you so much.
Paula, I miss you, babe. And
looking good too. I love that shirt you got. She's a cutie pie.
I was supposed to call her yesterday.
Hey, so you guys are watching Conversations with a Pit Bull live. It's a unique show where we're trying to educate through entertainment, and you know, every little bit helps. We're just wondering what you guys are out there doing for Pit Bull Awareness Day.
That's right.
This is what we're doing. You know, we're just in the house like doing our thing. We're gonna pay some bills real quick, and then we're gonna come back with our buddy Steve Dale, who's a pet expert. You guys stay tuned. We're watching Conversation with a Pit Bull live with Antonio and Angelica over here.
GQ. We're coming back to Antonio. GQ Antonio. Look at
those shades.
Look at the underwear. Look at that.
We'll be right back, guys.
We'll be right back after this dog fact of the day.
A person standing still 300 yards away is almost invisible to a dog. but a dog can easily identify its owner standing a mile away if the owner is waving his arms. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others.
You guys are back. I use my magical spells to make Foster disappear. I kind of got used to, working with our other guests and stuff like that. His daughter came in and help be my wingman or whatever. And like Fred was saying, her mask is way better than his. But anyway, we're on the hunt for our buddy Steve Dale, who's a pet expert or whatever, trying to get his video straightened out. If we're gonna put that call out really quick. Tell me a little bit, Angelica. Like what? I mean, I know you're a preschool teacher, but how are you involved with like some of the rescue community or like some of these dog issues? Like, what are you doing like with your free time?
Well, up until this point, I don't have a lot of free time, but we work with the IG Rescue. We attend rescue events to raise money to help the dogs that are in foster. We recently did a transport of a little dog who was in a foster home that
probably isn't going to be right. And secondly, what the CDC has been saying ever since is that, you know what really matters isn't what kind of dog it is. What really matters is why the dog attack happened in the first place. So whether it be a pit bull type dog, whether it be a Chihuahua, whether it be a giant Schnauzer, it really doesn't matter. We don't want dogs biting in the first place, and we don't want dog attacks. Let's look at the reasons why dogs attack. And now we know what those reasons are. It made a lot of sense. So when people say, well, and there are websites that say this, the Centers for Disease Control today reports X number of fatalities, X number of dog bites due to pit bull type dogs.
Right.
There is no such data.
Exactly.
They do not track that data. No one tracks that data. And in fact, while there are estimates as to how many dog bites there are, nobody even knows how many dog bites there are, let alone how many breeds bite. Fact is that most bites are not severe. Most bites happen within homes, and most bites are not reported. So we don't even know how many bites there are. What we do know, though, is the number of serious dog bites. You put those in one hand, and you take in the city I live in or any major city in the nation, and take the number of murders that happen in, say, a month. You're going to have, sadly, shockingly, tragically, more murders that happen in any major city in a given month than fatal dog attacks that happen with over 70 million dogs in America over the course of a year.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Fred was talking about last week, because he went down to a convention where they had some focus groups that were trying to get to the bottom of some of this, and it was just so it was crazy to hear. It's like when you have rational thoughts and data like that, where you say, hey, there's no justification, there's no data to substantiate the policies and the way that these dogs are being dealt with, and they're like, oh well, we don't care about that. It doesn't matter. Like that's irrelevant. I'm kind of like, it's just frustrating, but it's good for us as dog lovers and people that are against some of these breed specific legislations to at least be equipped with some of the knowledge and some of the data, even as rational as it is and as irrational as the feedback or the resistance to that is.
Yeah.
It's good for us, I think, to know some of the things that we can be armed with, so that at least when we are presented or we're out in the community, we present ourselves in a way that's
right.
That's upstanding. And
Steve,
yes,
we can't see you, and I didn't mean anything personal with that face for radio, and I didn't know you had a radio show.
Yeah, that's right.
So somebody else thinks that too.
Tell us about where they can hear you.
Before that though, Steve. First of all, you gotta Skype back, or if you're in LA, you gotta come in, because just hearing you talking the whole 9 yards and reading about you, you're a friend of the show.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get you right, because you're definitely somebody we do want to have on camera.
That's right.
So.
And you from Chicago, so I'll be coming to Chicago. We have to hook up if you're gonna be out here. But I love everything that you're about, man.
Tell the people where they can hear more about what you're doing and get involved.
Well, first off, truly, if you're in Chicago, let me know in advance, and we'll stick you on WGN radio, or I'll have you on my national radio shows, because thank you for the kind words, but in fact, you guys are doing great work, because you're reaching out to people who I hope you're reaching out to people who may not necessarily be sold on everything that I'm rattling off. You know, the problem, you know, when it comes down to it, it's a line that you hear all the time, and it's a complicated issue, in fact, and that line, incidentally, is it's not the dog, it's the dog owners. And while there's great truth to that, what makes it a complicated issue and probably too long to discuss right now on radio is that, you know, the reality is genetics is involved too.
Absolutely.
But it's not because this dog is a so-called pit bull.
Right.
First off, as I mentioned earlier, you look at that dog and it has certain things in common. You know, one example is an insurance adjuster, and we're seeing breed-specific bans in all sorts of different ways. So, yes, legislatively, there are communities that say you cannot have pit bulls in a community. But something that bothers me just as much is the difficulty in getting insurance. Homeowners insurance if you have certain breeds.
Well, man,
Steve,
you can't even get an apartment out here if you got one.
Steve,
so.
you're going to have to come on. We're going to have a whole show on that.
Absolutely.
There's a guy out here, and he was telling me, and I think his farmers stopped writing insurance altogether, and he has all the information. He's an insurance agent. So I want to do one show, have Steve on, have this guy on, Fred on, and we don't do nothing but talk about that. So go ahead, Steve, because you're totally right.
Tell us where they can get in contact with you if they do, not only if they are in the Chicago area, but if they just want to get some more information. Where can people get in contact with you, Steve?
Well, I'm also in newspapers all over the country. I mean, it's hard to escape me. I'm a contributing editor at USA Weekend, so I'm there frequently. I'm in all these different newspapers. My blog is chicagonow.com/Steve Dale, chicagonow.com/Steve Dale, WGNradio.com/Steve Dale. petworldradio.net. I mean,
so just Steve Dale.
Just simply Google me.
Right, Google Steve Dale, and you got the world. Steve, you were making a comment. That's right. You were making.
I want to do one more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you were saying something, and I cut you off on the insurance thing. Go. You was.
We're trying to. Go ahead, Steve.
How much more time do you guys have?
None.
None. That's just how Foster does. You know what I mean? He lives on a different planet in terms of time than us, and I think that happens once you reach a certain age or whatever. But go ahead. Just.
Hey, Steve. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. We got to cut off because if it's time for us to go, it's past time for us to go. I'm sorry. We're gonna do a whole insurance thing, Steve. Thank you so much.
The one thing I want to know is next time Foster and I come out to Chicago, can we hook up with you and get the grand tour and just get educated with all this knowledge that you got? That's all I want to know.
Well, totally. And maybe what we do is we find a way to videotape you guys in studio, and you can just play it back. And we don't have to worry about Skype working or Skype not.
Hey, well, video production is one of our strengths, so we can definitely do that.
So before we go, Steve, it's Halloween. Give me your scary.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I know that one too, but I'm saying, what's scary to you? I ran down my whole little rant about the dogs, what's scary in the community, and Fred, what's scary to you?
Sorry, I thought you wanted me to be scary.
Oh, no. That's why we
not
didn't
with that cute picture with you hugging those dogs up. That's not going to work, bro.
Right. No, I blew it when I saw the picture of you and the dog. So tell us, what's your scary?
I suppose my scary is us. My scary, I've got one. My scary is that veterinary visits are on the decline in America. On the decline for dogs, and even more so, incidentally, on the decline for cats. Cats now see veterinarians less than half as often as your average dogs, and dog visits, as I said, are down. So cats are totally not seeing the veterinarian. The result of all that, here's what we know. The result is we now today have a nation of sicker pets than ever before.
Wow.
Well, there you have it. That is pretty scary, and luckily we've got segments like Dr. Dave, like some awesome doctors that are showing us some of the easy ways that you can, what happens when you bring your dogs in, and we should all do that. You guys out there, you're tuning in to Conversation with a Pitbull Live. Make sure you check out Steve Dale. nationally broadcast radio show. He's all over the newspapers, like we said.
Googly.
We are like out of time, unfortunately. I want to thank our in studio guest Angelica with Antonio. He's got his he's got his cowboy hat and his shades on. I mean,
that's Clint.
Man, see. And they're trying to figure out why that Lone Ranger movie bombed or whatever. I'm like, you ever think about putting some dogs in there with the hats like that or whatever? Like, you know, him, Johnny Depp, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not Johnny's fault, man. Johnny, we love you, bruh. Keep doing what you're doing. I know you're a dog person. We'd love to have you. And anyway, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to Conversation with the Pitbull Live. We apologize for all the technical difficulties that we had. Believe us, it's just a work from our heart, and we're trying to do the best that we can for these animals and the people that love them. So make sure you tune in with us next week for all our Skype guests, our people from Cancer Bites, Steve Dale, our in-studio guest, Angelica, all the friends that help us behind the scenes, Fred Kray, Rita Johnson, Paula Archer. We want to thank you guys, everybody in the chat room. We love you guys, Dogfather, you know, love your show. Can't wait to be back on.
And somebody translate this into the 15 different languages that they tell me on Facebook that are, you know, fans and loving us and all of this stuff, okay? So
the show is what it is because of you guys. I say it every week, but, you know, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll tune in again next week. And when we rebroadcast this, we'll have our Puppy Mill expedition out in Chicago. So thank you guys. Thank you, Pitbull Energy Drink. And thank you, Ryan, for hooking us up. You guys take care.
And the people in Dubai, the fans in Dubai,
hey,
send
what
us
kind of
money.
dog does Dracula have? A bloodhound.
Hey.
That's my Halloween joke.
That's
Peace.
right. All right. Bye.
We'll be right back.